if the government takes over this company, and I'm not saying it is going to, you're going to be competing directly with ArcelorMittal outside there in the international market, where they are closing down companies all over the world.
When ArcelorMittal shut its plant in March, it did not only affect the company's direct employees, but extended to workers in associated downstream industries. Hundreds others from Tube City, Central and other companies are now also without jobs. It has been an uphill struggle for the laid-off workers with no income and no hope of getting employment. Already, one worker from Central has committed suicide, the second since the layoff started. The big question is enough being done to help these workers cope and manage their families and finances?
I think there needs to be more expenditure and more focus on prevention, for example, in schools, because there are people struggling now, but we also have the power to stop the struggle from moving into the next generation and forward. I would encourage people to talk as well. Don't bottle things up from people that you care about or love. Talk to them. People might be able to come up with solutions for you. Write things down. Make any contact you can. Just don't suffer alone. That's the main thing, because a recession can break people, but it can also make people.
Occupational therapist Sophie Emily Brown says therapy will help these workers and at least give them more hope to reintegrate into society and allow them to have a more positive outlook about their situation.
It would be looking at helping that person to find coping strategies to deal with the stress, anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide or self-harm, and anger that may come up through people losing their jobs in a recession. And also helping them to look at the skill set that they do have so that they can channel that towards more meaningful activity.
Since the workers' termination, they have been clamoring for their pension. There have been several protests and a liquidator has been appointed to deal with the company's assets and settle debts to creditors. The Steelworkers Union of Trinidad and Tobago has since met with the government on investors to take over the plant. Union President Christopher Henry says the company knew where it was heading and it was never in the interest of workers.
So you move from a market of high-grade steel, where we were competitive and had a sure market, to area of construction steel where the Chinese had about 70% of the market. Landing your steel at 320 US per ton, and we producing it at 440 per ton. So the competitiveness there wasn't there.
Join us tomorrow as we conclude our three-part series on the closure of the steel plant and the impact it has had on workers, as we continue to share their stories and how their lives stopped when the plant closed. Otto Carrington, CNC3 News, Shogunas.